The times we live in call for unity and for rationality. So they try to divide us inside our own societies, first of all. The terrorists also want to divide us from our Arab and Muslim friends, here and in our region. And that's why it's so important, the meeting we're having here today with our Arab friends. Daesh is using the narrative of religion to expand their own influence and to spread an ideology that feeds on fear. Their unholy war has nothing to do with faith. It is a struggle for power dressed up in the narrative of an apocalyptic clash between a self-branded caliphate and the rest of the world. Let us move beyond this narrative and think with our own minds. Muslim countries are on the front line of the fight against Daesh, and Muslims are the first victims of Daesh. As a friend, a minister of a country that knows terrorism well in Africa told me a few days ago, they attack mosques. How can they claim to be fighting for Islam? It's a pure, traditional, old and dirty fight for power. Thirdly, the terrorists want to divide the international community. Only a pacified Syria, heading towards national reconciliation, can lay the ground for a long-lasting defeat of Daesh. And a pacified Syria calls for a united international community. We need unity more than ever. If we gave up our efforts to start off a political transition, we would only be playing Daesh game. There is one mistake we must not make. One mistake we cannot afford to make. We cannot act impulsively. We cannot act without a strategy, a vision on what we want to achieve and how we want to get there. The new global strategy will describe the priorities and the principles of our external action, knowing very well that our external action and our internal action have many points of contact. A starting point for our work is the close link between our internal and external policies and the effect this has on our security. I will focus on two main principles that will constitute one or two of the basis of our common work in the future months. One is consistency, and the other is responsible engagement. Consistency means that our external and our internal action must be guided by the same interests and the same values. Our dream of open borders in our union is one of Europe's great achievements, a great achievement we now see questioned. So we need to ask ourselves some serious questions. Can we have open borders without sharing intelligence that is crucial to our mutual security? Fighting Daesh and other extremist groups is about Syria and Iraq. It's about Libya and the Sahel. But it is also about what we do right here at home. And we see it very clearly in these difficult days. It's about helping young people to find good jobs and finding a place in our societies for those who feel alienated and left out. It's about sending a message of unity, of belonging, of inclusion. Defeating the terrorist threat is our project, internally and externally. On our external work, the second principle I'd like to talk about is engagement. In today's world, there is no way we can isolate ourselves from the outer world. But such engagement cannot be, as it has been sometimes in the past, solitary. No power in the world can carry the whole world on its shoulders. Many have tried, and all have failed. Responsible engagement goes together with partnership. And this strategy is not only about foreign policy, let me be clear. It can be and must be also about us, about you as Europeans, not only institutions. About who we are, how we work together, and what we share as Europeans. It is about shaping a European public opinion on how we see the world and how we want the world to see us, which is our common European interest when it comes to the rest of the world. It is about our role in the world, but it is also about us.